1. Don't waste your most important asset. Attention is the currency of the 21st century. Colorful apps, 2-for-1 offers, spammy newsletters, shady salespeople, and your family, friends, and passions all compete for yours. If you don't manage yourself, you get pulled from one to the other like chewing gum between shoe and road, wondering why there aren't enough hours in the day. Take back control over your mind and you'll regain your time and energy. With every action you take, you allocate your attention, so ask yourself if whatever you're doing is worth it. Are a few memes on Instagram worth the time and effort? Is waiting for a text back more important than using that time to work on yourself? Should you get into that argument instead of creating good vibes and connecting with people you love? 7 years ago, I made one of the best decisions of my life. I stopped watching the news because my time and attention are too valuable to waste them on ever repeating, "The world is ending tomorrow," doomsday stories. Less drama, less time wasted, less negativity, and I still haven't missed anything important. Whatever you do with your attention, value it instead of handing it out like candy. 2. Your relationships will make or break your life. In light of recent worldwide events, this lesson is easier to understand than ever before. The line that separates your health from someone else's health is very thin, perhaps non-existent in the long run. You depend on the tree for your oxygen, the farmer for your food, and the builders for your home. And all of these entities depend on you too. If you drag people down to climb higher, the people around you will learn to do the same. And soon, you will be surrounded by people who do nothing but pull each other down. But if you lift people up with you, the people around you will learn to do the same, and soon, you will be surrounded by people who always lift each other up. In reality, all things are in a relationship, directly or indirectly, and the quality of your life is inseparable from the quality of your relationships. 3. Don't fear death, use it to give your life value. When the Stoics weren't meditating about everything that could go wrong in their lives, they also spent a lot of time reminding themselves that they were going to die. This practice was known as memento mori, meditating on your mortality. You may be thinking what a morbid and miserable bunch of people the Stoics must have been, but apparently, that was not the case. Much like the previous example, the principle behind this practice is a positive one which is designed to increase happiness. Being aware that we are going to die and that it could happen at any time is intended to deliver 2 important benefits. Firstly, we should not fear death, because we all die eventually and it's going to happen regardless. But secondly, and more importantly, it gives our lives a sense of purpose and urgency by reminding us not to waste the precious time that we do have available. In short, make the most of every day. 4. Anger is weakness. The last several decades of culture have told us few things seem more manly than a testosterone-late, vein-popping, raging guy, yet this is one of the most unmanly behaviors there is. Unleashing your anger feels good at the moment but messes up your life in the long run. Think about all the hurtful words, shattered furniture, and foot-stomping fits caused by rage. Were they worth it? Wouldn't you have achieved much more with an empathetic discussion, a few deep breaths, and calm, collected action? Every time you give in to your anger, you become a slave to your emotions and anyone who's able to provoke you. They pull the strings and you dance like a wind-up monkey. If you want to showcase true strength and get what you want, stop giving in to your anger. This doesn't mean you should suppress your emotions altogether. It's fine to feel angry when a knucklehead driver cuts you off in traffic or your spouse doesn't know what they want to eat for the 16th time in a row. But you're in control of your reaction to that feeling. Feel the anger but act with rationale. It doesn't get more powerful than that. 5. Maintain perspective and see the bigger picture. Marcus Aurelius wrote about a practice that is referred to as taking the view from above, or Plato's view. This is a very useful technique to remember when you are getting stressed about something in your life. The idea is to remind yourself that at the end of the day we are all very insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Therefore, most of our problems are also insignificant when you put them in the context of the bigger picture. So take a step back and realize that nothing is ever as important as it seems in the moment. 6. The rules for a great life are simple. Life can be complex, but living a great one can be simple. With over 8 billion people, millions of different jobs, climate change, heartbreaks, and tax declarations that feel like untying the Gordian knot while you're blindfolded, it's impossible to have a guide for every specific situation. The good news is you don't have to. Follow the right principles and you'll live a happy and fulfilled life, no matter how complex the world gets. Don't procrastinate in your actions. It's easy to push things off. I'll work out, build my business, start reading tomorrow. Life's short, focus on what matters and get to it. You have no time to waste. Don't confuse in your conversations. If you need to say something, spit it out. Stop beating around the bush. Opening up and being honest isn't always easy, but it's a lot better than regretting you didn't speak your heart. Don't wander in your thoughts. The world we live in packs tons of distractions. Social media, advertisements, the news, and being ghosted from last week's date all compete for a piece of your brain power. Instead of losing yourself in your thoughts, focus on what matters in the present moment. Don't be passive or aggressive. Being passive means you'll get walked over. Being aggressive means you'll walk over others. Be assertive instead. Stand up for what you want without leaning to either extreme. Don't be all about business. It's easy to lose yourself in a rabbit hole of achievement, growth, and success. It's fun and society's expectations reinforce the process. But there is more to life. The majority of your happiness comes from the connections you make with other humans. Don't make your time on this planet too complicated. Simple rules, happy life. 7. The most valuable things are available in the present. What's more valuable than knowledge? Isn't it the quality that leads to knowledge in the first place? Let's call it curiosity. What's more valuable than a strong body? Isn't it the quality that leads to strength? Let's call it determination. And isn't the quality that leads to money more valuable than money itself? Let's call it usefulness. You acquire knowledge, a strong body, and money through time, but the qualities that will lead you to these rewards, which are more important, require no time to achieve. Curiosity, determination, and usefulness are available now. What is acquired through time can be taken away through time, but what can be achieved instantly can never be taken away. If you have the right qualities, you will never lose your way. And if your compass is oriented properly, you'll always find your treasure. Whatever is most valuable, whatever is the thing from which all good things come, whether it's virtue, truth, justice, love, or some other name, it's available in the present. It's available at every moment. It requires no time to acquire, achieve, or act upon. It requires no learning, no money, no status, and nothing special. It can be achieved right here, right now. And if you really want it, you'll find it. 8. Start living as your ideal self now. Stop daydreaming about who you could be. Instead, carefully define the person you want to be and start living as that person right now. What stops us from taking action to change our lives is often not a lack of desire to change, but a failure to define what changes we want to make. Do you want to be more patient? Be more patient. Stop getting angry when things don't go your way, and listen when someone else is speaking, even if you don't care for what they have to say. Decide whom you want to be and start living as that person, right now. 9. Treat every problem as an opportunity. The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche wrote about the concept of amor fati. The idea here is that you not only accept what happens in life, but you actually embrace it and be grateful that it happened. Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. The Stoics had a similar attitude. This can be a hard one to practice, especially during difficult situations, but that's when it is most important. This second lesson from the Stoics relates to the first one. Because while you can't control everything that happens to you, the one thing you always have control over is how you respond to a situation or a problem. By adopting this attitude, we can turn life's obstacles into opportunities, and we can embrace life's challenges as a way to advance and improve.